I've hit another milestone recently that I thought I'd talk about because of the time of year. The last month has been a very good one for me in terms of earnings per view. I don't have the volume of views that I had earlier on in the year, but I'm making more per view now. People seem to be watching my videos, and not only the ones in which I sing or try to sing, but the ones in which I talk, and on a daily basis that's starting to make a little bit of difference in my earnings. I might make enough, well, I should make enough this month to pay one of my monthly bills, enough at least to pay for my internet connection, which I wouldn't have been able to do in 2016. I probably averaged about enough per month to maybe have one fast food meal at a mall food court per month on what I was making, whereas now it's getting a little more significant. I hope that'll continue. In some ways, this seems to me a bellwether of the capacity of people who have certain abilities that they have nowhere to sell in society to maybe start finally making a living. And how much shows, I think, how much we value people in creative fields. I really like, of course, to eventually be able to support myself doing what I feel I'm best at and where I can make the biggest contribution. There's still overall in society, if I'm making a difference so far, I mean that people are listening to me, they still have a long way to go in order for that to show up. We're in a stage of final collapse, it looks like, in the integrity of our government and many of our businesses, in that they are becoming increasingly death-oriented and destroying things around them. There's the way that they're waging war on rain and human cell division, of course, continues unabated and even drastically accelerated where I live during the last year or so. And that we have businesses that are now operating in reverse. It used to be that they had to produce something and pay so that the government wouldn't have to take as much in taxes in order to keep the whole system running, and now they're creating a situation where they're essentially being paid to put resources back into the ground instead of take them out. So there's a crisis where we're still unfolding in my part of the world, perhaps a little bit slower than in the United States, where it's been obvious for a while longer, and perhaps we hope some of the criminals might start to be rounded up. That we're at a less advanced stage than that where I live. My earnings have gone up quite a bit this year on a per view basis. They've roughly tripled since the beginning of the year or the time before that, because people are watching a few seconds longer than they used to. There's a huge difference between a video that somebody watches for 12 seconds, like my new highest note video was watched for that length on average, or my second highest note, the F-sharp one, which people watch for 30 seconds. There, it's roughly 7 times as much on overall earnings, or 3 and change times as much on a per second basis. Some of my videos are actually doing quite well in what they're earning based on the amount of time that they're watched. They are watched for an average of a little over 30 seconds now, all overall. And that means that they generate likes and earnings quite quickly based on the length of time that they are watched. Subscribers, of course, are up quite a bit this year and at significant levels. The biggest increase I ever had was a tenfold increase, going from about 60-some subscribers to 600 subscribers on a year-over-year basis. This year it's been a 5-fold increase from just under 1,400 to just over 7,400 as of the moment when I record this video. So my views have gone from 700-some thousand at the end of 2016 to just over 2.3 million at the end of 2017. So that's starting to get significant. And I think I'm retaining a slightly larger fraction of the total viewership of my videos. It used to be that there could be as many as 2,500 views, 250 to 2,500 outside my channel compared to what I got inside my channel. And I think I'm doing a fair bit better than that now. So the piracy ratio isn't quite as high as it used to be. And I hope I'll eventually find a way to start getting credit for all the views my videos have generated outside YouTube or outside my channel. So it's been quite a good year. I have hope that someday maybe I'll be able to make a living doing what I feel is my biggest possible contribution to society. And of course, I thank you deeply once again for all you've done to support me in the last year and the last month. I hope it continues. I'm a bit worried at this point because there's a plan to merge YouTube analytics with AdSense calculations of my views and earnings. At present, they don't match. The AdSense total is more than 50% higher in real earnings rather than what they're estimated to be by YouTube analytics. And when those two get brought together, if I have to go by the analytics number, then my earnings are going to take a big hit. But I'll have to wait and see how that goes. In terms of demonetization of videos, one of my videos has been demonetized for quite a while. One of my No Sangreal videos, one of the first ones I ever posted, that does substantially better than its peers. The videos immediately before and after it, as the People May Suffer and Die, but the Vampire Evolves video is continuing to get views on a slow, steady basis, whereas the other ones don't get views anymore. It seems to be by far the best performer, and it's the demonetized one. I've had other ones more recently getting demonetized. The Rain Man video got reduced monetized, declared not suitable for all viewers. But then it went back on again, so it got its status back. That was encouraging. I find that a lot of the things you have to discuss, in particular the way that we're meant to see all the world through a warped lens in terms of what I call orientation. I can't explain it too much in this video or it'll get declared unsuitable as well. But it's hard to speak out against the ways that people have been manipulated in the past and made to see the world through a very narrow lens without getting reduced monetized because of the content of what was covertly done in the past. My latest video on the trying to find a substitute language for this sort of stuff got reduced monetized as well, declared unsuitable for most advertisers. And some of the ones explaining the roots of some of the distortions in our society that come from the Bible got reduced monetized as well, even though those things are embedded in society and we go around questioning them, and the people who don't question them seem to be making more money. So it's been an interesting year. There are certainly many struggles going on. I hope that things will continue to improve for me, and I hope I can continue to have some sort of positive effect, on society, and meet my ultimate goal, which would be to have life legalized and to have a society where people are brought onto an even footing with artificial legal constructs like corporations and such, so that we don't have what I called the vampirizing or institutional vampirism, where we spend our lives contributing energy to immortal entities that feed off us and don't give the same benefits back in return.